She'd worn the same scarf on every shift for a month straight in August, and our front office manager finally decided that was the hill worth dying on. He yanked it off her neck in a lobby full of guests, and the entire desk went silent. "This is a hotel, not a ski lodge," Rob said, loud enough for the bell stand to hear. "Lose the scarf or go home." Nadia kept her eyes on the reservation screen. "I'd rather keep it on. Please. It's 90 degrees. Guests notice. You look like you're hiding something." I was working the desk beside her, and I'd been watching her for weeks. She'd stopped eating lunch with us. She flinched when a guest reached across the counter for a pen. She wore that scarf everywhere. The break room, the elevator, the parking garage at 6 in the morning. "Rob," I said, "she's not bothering anyone. Drop it." He held out his hand. "Last chance. Off. Or I write you up and you finish the week at home." Nadia's fingers went to the knot. They were shaking so badly she couldn't undo it. Rob made an impatient noise and pulled it away himself. A guest mid-signature just stopped writing. Her jaw was green and yellow along one side, fading purple under her ear, and there were 4 distinct marks on her throat that didn't need explaining to anybody who's ever seen a hand. There was a butterfly bandage under her collarbone she'd tried to hide with foundation. Rob actually took a step back. "Nadia, what happened?" She didn't answer. She just stood there, crying without making a sound. And then Rob looked down at the scarf balled up in his fist and went completely still. Tucked into the fold was an index card, worn soft at the corners, check-in script, room block codes, the override sequence for comping a night, the manager extension list, things every clerk on our team knows in their sleep. "You're using notes," he said stupidly. Her voice came out in pieces. "I can't remember things right anymore. Since I keep blanking mid-sentence, I couldn't afford a mistake. Comp errors come out of the desk's numbers." She wiped her face with her wrist. I didn't know what else to do. I came around the counter and crouched next to her chair. "Nadia, who?" "Nothing." "Nadia, who?" She looked at me and something behind her eyes just gave out. "Derek," she whispered. "Night audit." The air in that lobby changed. Derek ran overnight. Management loved him because his shifts always closed clean. He'd been the one training Nadia on audit 3 nights a week since February. He was the one who signed off on her 90-day probation. She couldn't say no to him without saying no to the job. "It's in the back corridor," she said, "by the linen room. When I get a count wrong, he says I'm too slow to be on his shift. He says nobody's gonna take my word over his." Half the department had drifted over by then. Marta from housekeeping, Big Sam from maintenance, the 2 banquet guys on break. Sam was already pulling off his lanyard with a look on his face I'd never seen there. "He's here," Sam said. "He came in early for inventory." I knew exactly what was about to happen, because I wanted it too. Every one of us did. "Sam, wait," I made myself say it. "If you go back there, you get arrested. He gets a lawyer, and she gets nothing. He walks. That's how it always goes." Sam stood breathing hard. "So, we do nothing?" "No, we do everything." I turned to Marta. "The back corridor has a camera, doesn't it?" Her eyes went wide. "2. Corporate put them in last year after the linen theft. It holds 90 days. 90 days back from August, lands you in May." That was enough. Marta called the police. Not the general manager. The police. Nadia's friend from housekeeping sat with her in the office while Rob, chalk white and shaking, photographed the bruises with her permission and wrote out a statement describing exactly what he'd seen when he took that scarf. Sam and the banquet guys stood at the service exit with their arms crossed, not touching anybody, just standing there like furniture with opinions, making sure Derek didn't leave early. 2 hours later, they walked him out through the lobby in handcuffs, past the desk, past every person he'd assumed didn't matter. The footage had months of it. Nadia never got written up for the notes. Corporate erased it quietly, and the regional director flew in to apologize, which mostly meant he was frightened, and that was fine with us. Her first shift back, all of us were waiting at the time clock. She hugged Sam the longest. "You stood at the door," she said. He shrugged, embarrassed. "Somebody had to stand somewhere. She still keeps an index card at her station. Nobody's ever going to ask her to take it out."